Good morning. Welcome to another vlog. My name is Grace. For those of you who are new here, I am a realistic fitness, weight loss, lifestyle vlogger in her 30s. That's my niche. I last went to the gym on New Year's and I pulled my back doing some conventional deadlifts. And that not only made it hard for me to go to the gym, but it also made it hard for me to function in any capacity for the 2 or 3 days after that. I have only been back to the gym once since, and that was for a push day. I figured my lower back would be pretty stable. There's no hinging movements necessarily with push day. It still sucked, but I finally feel 98% better. I'm ready to go back, and today is gonna be quad and calves. We're gonna see how busy it is. By the time I get there, I'm sure it's gonna be about 10:30. It's a Sunday, so maybe I'll luck out and beat the church rush. In the meantime, I'm gonna get ready. So the reason I threw my back out in the first place was just me being overeager, ego lifting a bit. I had taken 2 or 3 weeks off towards the end of 2023, partially so I wouldn't get sick right before going up and visiting my folks in Maine. Work had also kind of taken me out of town for a bit, and that kind of threw off my routine. And part of me was like, screw it, because there's only a couple of weeks left of the year. My ego got in the way, and I wanted to lift as heavy as I did when I had stopped working out for a bit. And I could feel when I did my second set of deadlifts and I was hinging up, I felt a little pop in my lower back, and from there it was hard for me to even do anything else, even if it had minimal hinge movement. I went from deadlifts to hip thrusts, and that still hurt. I ended up just kind of wrapping up with hip abduction and leg extensions, exercises like that, where I'm just kind of maintaining the same posture throughout the entire movement, but my legs are doing all the work. So it just kind of made sense for me to take it easy the rest of the week, except for that one day I went in to try to do a push exercise, because I figured there wasn't going to be any hinge movement with a push day. Still felt a little uncomfortable, but I am glad that I tried. In the 2 weeks that I have taken off from the gym, probably more 3 weeks, I have put on about 5 pounds. And I don't want to assume, and I don't assume, that those 5 pounds are all body fat, but some of it is. I definitely ate like it was the end of the world. In this past week, I've since been able to shed about 1.5 to 2 pounds. I definitely think that I've gotten rid of maybe some of the water weight that I put on. Now what's left is the body fat that I had put on. I kind of addressed this in my New Year's video, kind of where I tried to jumpstart getting back into vlogging regularly and kind of failed to do so, because when I threw my back out, I decided to put down the camera too for a few days. As I mentioned in my New Year's video, I am taking a little bit more of an aggressive approach when it comes to my nutrition, whereas in 2023, most of my efforts for losing weight came from increasing my amount of movement throughout the day, including exercise, and that the year 2023 really was the year where I started going to the gym regularly, where I went from doing mostly cardio, body weight movements, and YouTube videos, and hopping from one thing to another, doing cycle bar. That was a thing I did for a long time in 2022. But in 2023, that's when I started following the Alive by Whitney app and lifting weights regularly. I feel stronger, I look stronger, and overall I think 2023 was a great year of jump-starting a return to peak physical health. But I definitely ate more protein and tried to focus on, cleaning up my macros a bit. But more often than not, I was still not hitting a calorie deficit each day. And I basically maintained my weight the entire year while putting on muscle. So you could say I've lost body fat in 2023, but the scale definitely hasn't gone down. There hasn't been much change in how my clothes fit. Some change. It definitely has improved a bit. I guess you could say I'm entering a cut when it comes to fitness. And I want to start to see all the hard work on the surface, and it's all kind of hidden right now. So this past week, even though I've been somewhat of an invalid and not able to work out much or even walk as much as I would like to, I only just started walking at my desk on my trackpad for like the past couple days. It was too painful to walk for an extended period of time right after I threw out my back. I still was able to maintain a calorie deficit in those times that I was off from the gym, which I am particularly proud of. Often last year, I only really hit a calorie deficit on the days where I put in a lot of effort at the gym, and I felt kind of defeated on days where I wasn't working out because I knew I wasn't going to hit a calorie deficit, so I just didn't try as hard on those days off to eat well. I definitely still have a long way to go. I would say I'm not eating as many whole foods as I should right now, and my calorie deficit is kind of coming from like just reducing portion sizes of what I'm already eating. And for lunch, instead of having like leftovers from what I ate the day before, which usually the dinners that we have are more on the hearty side, so I was having leftovers through 2023 of my hearty dinner the night before as my lunch the next day. Instead of doing that, I've been having, and I know this is still not ideal, but I've been having lean cuisines as my lunch this past week. But really the change that has made the biggest difference so far and why I'm starting to see progress on the scale has been because I do not snack as much at night. I have limited my snacking at night budget to 200 calories. And even though I'm still kind of peckish, even though you could argue that I'm still a little bit hungry, I've been just kind of trying to override the autopilot, which would have led me to snack more towards like the 500-600 calorie range before bed. I've also been swapping an evening glass of wine for a like 4-ounce tart juice, like tart cherry juice with LaCroix. I don't know if I'm doing all these gestures. This is the glass. This is the wine glass. Stem glass. And this is the LaCroix going in. Anyway, basically I've been also making that swap too, which has reduced those liquid calories quite a bit. And I still have a long way to go. Like I said, I want to start incorporating more whole foods into my daily diet. I could do better. As far as today goes, it is a weekend. We still have Lily, but Joe has taken her up to his parents' place. He's helping them build a gazebo, I think it is, in their backyard. And so Lily went with him. And I have the house to myself. And I figure this is probably a good time for me to go and get back into the swing of working out. I have tomorrow off work as well, but I've got like 2 appointments, and I don't know, this is my ADHD brain here, but as soon as I have like something scheduled, the whole day is like almost a wash outside of the scheduled appointment. So I have like a therapy appointment around I think 10 and a dentist appointment at 4. So yeah, the whole day is garbage outside of those hours, it feels like, because how am I supposed to plan around my day when those appointments are so far apart? I am close to ready, but I just have to get my gym bag packed and take my supplements. Okay, can't forget to fill out my habit tracker for the past couple days. Today's the 7th, so I know I read 10 pages of book on the 5th and the 6th. This isn't as neat as I would be doing it if I weren't holding the camera also. I need to check my tracker about steps. Friday the 5th, and yep, over 10,000, and then yesterday, nope. Yesterday was pretty sedentary. So I can do 10,000 for the 5th, but not the 6th. I drank 80 ounces of water both days. I stayed in a calorie deficit on Friday, but not yesterday. And I did not complete a workout for either day. I'm going to be going back today. But I did reach out to a loved one. Let's see. Both Friday and Saturday. For those of you who've been here for a hot minute, you'll remember that my last tracked habit was journal, like complete a journal entry. And I've swapped that for reaching out to a loved one because I feel like that will help me be a bit more accountable to staying in touch with family. All done with the gym. It wasn't too hard and it wasn't too busy. It was just right. I think I really needed that session. Still got groceries left to get. That is a big chore for today. Hi. I've already tanned my arms, but I haven't tanned my face yet. Since I have makeup on, I'll just do that either tonight or tomorrow. I'm just feeling a little stir crazy. It's pretty quiet having the house to myself on a Sunday, which doesn't really happen. But I'm gonna heat myself up some lunch, and I also want to do a vision board for 2024. I haven't done that yet. Sorry, I've got like bad posture because I'm still petting Ryan. He likes it. It is the next morning. I have been up for a while, went over to a friend's house to look after their pets while they were out of town. It was a big part of my morning, but I'm not gonna like film at a friend's house unknowingly. But I'm running more behind than I thought I would for my teledoc appointment. This therapy session is gonna be a doozy because I've got some big feelings to work through also. I've been tasked with getting this taken care of. Joe had put away basically all the other Christmas decorations, so the Christmas tree is what is left for me to complete. I don't know whether or not I'm gonna go to the gym today. I'm at least gonna like finish getting out of what I slept in last night. It's been kind of a rushed morning. For those of you who are wondering what I was going to be having for breakfast, Joe's folks gifted us some smoked salmon, so I put about 4 ounces, I measured, on bagel thins with a little bit of onion and chive cream cheese. And they came out stunning. I put a little dash of everything bagel seasoning. And again, maybe not my most aesthetic work, but all the same, I'm excited. I thought I'd been rolling this whole time, but I have not. So my therapy session went pretty well, and I offloaded quite a bit. I kind of also verified with my therapist, like, am I doing therapy right? Just by like rattling off this stream of anxieties I have and concerns. And she was basically very affirmational, affirmative, whatever you want to say. Basically, I'm doing therapy. Basically, I'm doing therapy right. There's a lot of flocking. We don't have any formal like containers for our Christmas tree. As you can see, I've been using garbage bags. But when I upgrade to a pre-lit Costco tree someday, I'm aiming for next year, that's my goal, I will be investing in some like actual storage so that no critters can get to the tree in the attic. Storage. I didn't think this through. I should have kept in my pajamas during that part of the morning, because now I have flocking everywhere. I don't want to change. Actually, I think I have a lint roller. Also, this is a souvenir that I got in Maine. It is a chart of the, let's see, Damariscotta, Sheepscot, and Kennebec rivers. And my folks really have a house on an island here. And I think it would be perfect. I can't get this. I need a wider lens. Basically, this kitchen wall. I'll have to show you guys the after when I do mount this. Stunning. I love charts. I would have gotten a much bigger one if I was able to fit that in my luggage, but this really was like just the perfect width and length to fit just right in my my check bag. Oh, and if you like charts too, if you're wondering where I got this, it was from the LL Bean store in Freeport, the home section. Like they have a whole building just for home decor. Okay, so not going to be doing the gym today. It would just be a really tight squeeze between now and my appointment coming up later this afternoon. So instead, I'm going to do the vision board for 2024. I have one on my desktop that I made for the year 2023. It doesn't matter that we're already a week into the year, we're going to get it done. This is my desktop for this past year. I put this all together on Canva using some little design elements to really kind of tie it all together, make it look more like a pin board. All these pictures I got from Pinterest, and this really kind of represented my goals for this past year. So I'm gonna get to making the 2024 vision board now, and we'll see how it differs. Okay, I think I found all of the images that I'm going to be using for this vision board. Quick little review. This is the old board, and this is what I'm going to be using for the images for this new one. Kind of went a little bit more like fantastical with this. Definitely kept it within the same aesthetic, kind of that dark muted tones, but definitely involved a bit more of like travel related type images. It's more of what I really am more passionate doing, which is the kind of creative content creation side of things. But definitely if there were a palette to this one, it would definitely be like dark brown, dark green, warm honey tones. Definitely different from the kind of like clean that girl aesthetic that I was going for this time last year. Okay, ready? Gonna change it. Out with the old and in with the new. I love it! I need to get rid of these folders. Okay, there. I cleaned that up a little. But, I mean, definitely darker than the last one. I didn't use every picture that I pulled from Pinterest, but I used all of my favorites. Basically, I started building out columns and then working my way down within each column to see what would fit. I love it. Okay, here we go. It's about 2:45 now, and I have a dentist appointment in 3 minutes. Originally it was set for 4, but they called and wanted to see if I would take an earlier time slot because someone canceled. So yeah, obviously I'm not gonna wait till 4. when it's just been kind of a laid back day. I don't anticipate things being like any more eventful the rest of the day, so I'm gonna kind of keep this vlog in particular on the short and sweet side. But I figure even if things aren't eventful right off the bat, because we're still recovering from the holidays, we're processing the past month, and so if these next handful of vlogs are more on the short, sweet side, kind of a day in my life here, a few days in my life there, no big trips or anything planned necessarily, but just kind of, oh my gosh, has that been standing up the whole time? If anything, it's just kind of nice to get back into like the groove of things, being consistent with filming, editing, posting. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, please definitely subscribe to this video, hit like, comment below any suggestions, or if you want me to go into more depth or detail about my current, what I eat in a day, any of the supplements I'm taking. I'm still doing berberine, L-carnitine, apple cider vinegar, creatine. That's something I haven't really talked about much, but is definitely something that I am supplementing with. Happy to go into more detail. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.